Hey, welcome to another episode of Gone with the Wind. I decided to bring it back. It's not going to be as a sort of regular weekly show as it used to be. I'm just going to sort of come back periodically whenever there's like a awards thing to talk about, which in this case is a few. One that sort of came was announced sort of in the last today. I think it was either today or yesterday. Not too sure when the Governor Awards was announced, but and a few other things. But I've got a great panel of people here who know the awards things. We've got Dan here. Dan, how's it going?
It's going good, Malcolm. Glad to be back with you talking about the awards season. We missed you for a year there, but now we're going to be back. We're not going to be as frequent, but hey, wherever we can get out of Malcolm is good.
We've also got Wolf here. Wolf, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm just glad we got Gone with the Wind back. You know, I just had Dan on, and we talked about the Gotham Awards on my channel. So, you know, it's award season. We're finally kicking it off here, and it feels great. You know, happy to be here to talk about the Music and Media Awards. So,
yeah. But going as we're going to get started, I'll start with the smallest one first, and going to talk about the Governor Awards. And they just had their Governor Awards ceremony. It was the 16th of November, which I believe was yesterday. But yeah, so it was announced that getting the honorary awards at the Oscars next year, we've got Debbie Allen, Tom Cruise, and Wynn Thomas. And the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Order is going to Dolly Parton. But Dan, what are your thoughts about the honorary awards and all that this year?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's always nice to see them honor people that have been doing a great job in the business for a while. Tom Cruise, if this is his way to get an Oscar, I guess it's better than nothing. You know, Dolly Parton, she's put a lot of music out there, but she's also done a lot of humanitarian work. So winning that Jean Hersholt Award is a great honor. And Debbie Reynolds, you know, it's the mother of Carrie Fisher and that whole.
It's Debbie Allen, not Debbie Reynolds.
Debbie Allen. Yeah. She's a musician. She's like into singing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Different Debbie. All right, I'm getting my Debbies mixed up, but Debbie Allen, she's into singing and music and stuff like that. She's into. But you know, it's just people that have put the time in the industry. Debbie Allen, Tom Cruise. You know, Tom has been acting ever since I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I've probably seen 99% of the movies he was in. So I've literally grown up with Tom Cruise in my life. So for him to get an Oscar, it's good for me. You know, he's kind of a bit controversial at times, jumping on couches, and he's dealing with the crazy religion, you know, and all that stuff. But he puts out good movies. His stunts are incredible, and he's had some really good performances over the years. So, I mean, if this is how he gets his Oscar, I guess it's good. I just wish he would have gotten one. Hopefully, maybe in the future, he will get a competitive Oscar. But I'm just happy to see Tom Cruise get up there and say a speech about how appreciative he is of getting an Oscar or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was like, and just for people who don't know, Wynn Thomas, the other ones to get that's in the honorary role, so he's a big set designer from what I could think. He's a big component on Spike Lee sets specifically. But Wolf, what are your thoughts about the honorary awards that were announced?
Yeah, no, the honorary awards that were announced were, I thought, really good. Will Arnett gave a really good monologue as well, I thought there, and Dolly Parton, you know, I don't know if I don't think she's ever won a singing Oscar before, so it was great to have her, you know, at least get an honorary Oscar, and Lily Tomlin honoring her was really sweet. And of course, Cynthia Erivo coming out to honor Debbie Allen was also really nice, and I'm glad Debbie Allen, who's been working super hard in the industry, was able to receive at least an Oscar of some kind. And then Alejandro Inarritu, kind of interesting, he came out to honor Tom Cruise, since, you know, Tom Cruise is going to be in his next movie. And I'm very happy for Tom Cruise, because this man has delivered some great performances when he's doing drama, like Magnolia. In my opinion, he should have won for Born on the 4th of July that year. So there's definitely great performances he's delivered. And I know that he's talked about wanting to actually retire from action movies now that he's done like Mission Impossible, and he wants to focus in. He's apparently trying to plan ahead his retirement. And I've heard that like before he plans ahead his retirement, he wants to try to win like a actual competitive Oscar and everything, and see if he can do that. But who knows? At least he has one though, and it was really. And I thought his speech was really excellent. So, yeah. Overall, I thought the Governor Awards went very smooth. I thought it went really well, and I was just happy to see these people get their due in some capacity.
Malcolm, did Dolly Parton win best song for 9 to 5 or no? 9 to 5.
Was that an original song for a movie? Or?
I think it was. From what I remember, I think it was written originally for the movie. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I was wondering if she had won for that. Just curious. When you said you didn't know if she had won an Oscar, I was like, maybe she did.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was nominated for Best Original Song for 9 to 5. She was also nominated for Traveling Through from Transamerica. She didn't win either of them.
Oh, that's too bad.
Dang.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
What won the best song that year?
I'm on it.
I mean, what could have beaten 9 to 5? I mean, that's massive, right, guys?
I mean, it's well, yes, but another really massive song won because it was Fame by Fame.
Oh God! He went up against Fame. Oh my God!
Oh no,
that's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy.
9 to 5 should have won that.
Well, I don't know. I quite like Fame. I think it's a good song. But the other songs I was up against was a song called "People Alone" from a movie called The Competition, which I've never heard of. Out Here on My Own, also from the movie Fame, was also nominated, and On the Road Again, from the movie Honeysuckle Rose by Willie Nelson, which I had no idea was
On the Road Again.
I had no idea was written for a movie.
That's another good song. Wow, what a good year for song that year. Jesus.
Yeah.
It is.
But yeah, and it's always but going back to about. It's always interesting when you like see how people react to differently when they get like the honorary Oscars and that, because like as Dan alluded before we went live, like Angela Bassett really kind of wasn't overly infused by getting an honorary Oscar. But just from what I was reading about the speech that Tom Cruise gave, like he was really appreciative of getting this Oscar, and I just wish that on the set of the ceremony they actually give the like honorary awards a moment to shine, while they go, oh yeah, these people won the honorary Oscar. Anyway, onto the show.
Good point. You make a good point, Malcolm.
Yeah,
they gloss over that pretty quickly.
Because and especially when it's a year when you like have like the big names like getting them. Because I remember the year was like Samuel Jackson got the honorary Oscars. Like there was like, oh yeah, Samuel Jackson got this honorary Oscar, but they didn't do anything more of it. It's like,
did they do it at the technical? Do they? Did they?
I think they may talk about them at the thing that they do before that. But even so, they should get a spot on the main broadcast.
No, I agree. I'd like to hear Tom Cruise get a spot on that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But moving on, nomination like announced in around the middle of last month. We got the the nomination was out middle of last month. We got the winners for the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards. I'm only going to talk about the feature award, but just because it's the one that's probably going to be the most telling of where the Oscars are going to go, even though who knows where the Oscars are going to go when it comes to documentaries. But nominated in the Best Documentary Feature Award, you had The Perfect Neighbor from Netflix, 2,000 Meters to Andrivka,
Andrivka.
whatever. Yeah, that one. place. The Alabama Solution, Apocalypse in the Tropics, Cover Up. Netflix had a lot of nominations in the Critics' Choice documentary awards. Deaf President Now, Orwell 2 + 2 = 5, Perry as himself, Riefenstahl, and The Tale of Cillian. The Perfect Neighbor was the winner of documentary feature. But Wolf, what are your thoughts about the nominations and the winner for the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards?
So, first off, I'm somebody who, I know Dan's not a fan of it, but I really did like The Perfect Neighbor. I thought that documentary was really impressive because I watched a documentary short. I watched it in 2023, but it was nominated last year for Best Documentary Short called Incident. And that was incredible. And it was a documentary that was told entirely through security cam footage and body cam footage of a police officer shooting a black person. And it was a very tragic but amazing documentary. And I thought the way The Perfect Neighbor utilized all that worked really well. However, I just gotta say, I now have to take out The Perfect Neighbor. And here's why. If you look at statistics, the last one to be nominated for Best Documentary that actually won was in 2021, which was Summer of Soul. The last few ones weren't even nominated for Best Documentary at the Oscars, which is Goodnight Oppie, still a Michael J. Fox movie, and then Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, and Will and Harper. Neither of those, and that was a tie that year, and neither of those two even got in. So the last 3 or 4, if you count that tie, winners did not make it into Best Documentary Feature. And so this kind of gets me into, okay, maybe it's that like overly populist pick that we are trying to think. Because I thought, Deaf President Now was going to win. Because I love Deaf President Now, but it feels like a very populist kind of documentary a little bit. I thought that was going to win, and it didn't. And so now it makes me wonder what's going to happen here. But I will say, in my opinion, what should have won this category is either Deaf President Now or The Alabama Solution. Because that, if y'all have not seen that documentary, what an incredible doc that was. It just completely blew me away. So it's on HBO. But yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on that.
And it's one of those ones like I get like what you're saying about this is, but the other thing is like most of the other winners that you kind of referenced in this, like we're never going to be nominated at the Oscars anyway because they're celebrity docs, which the Oscars don't like anyway. Like Will and Harper was different enough that I thought might have snuck in, but like that is
Goodnight Oppie was the only non-celebrity doc of that bunch. That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so and it's one of those ones like I think at the moment I think Netflix got a lot to juggle when it comes to pushing. I think if they do push The Perfect Neighbor, I think there's a chance it could get in. I'm kind of Dan though. Like I did watch the documentary. I wasn't a fan of it either. I didn't really learn anything much about this. Like it's just if there was a narration or something, then like it might have been helpful. But I just found it just it's like all archive footage is like I didn't think it was that good of a documentary. The one that I was surprised didn't actually get nominated here, and I don't know if it was because it wasn't released at the time, but John Candy, I Like Me was that not
that missed. And then also there's this one on Apple TV Plus that just came out, but like they get access early called Come See Me in the Good Light. and that was a phenomenal doc, and it's like one of those like ugly crying kind of documentaries that you're like ugly crying watching, and so I'm like surprised that they didn't nominate that when you ugly cry at a documentary.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
there's like that, and as well as ones like because I don't because that like I think one of the well, I lied. It wasn't like John Candy or Like Me wasn't nominated in the best feature documentary. I just sort of scrolled down to see if it did get in anywhere. It got nominated for best biographical documentary.
wow.
So it was definitely eligible. In my opinion, it should have been in the best feature, but it is what it is. Whether or not it's because I don't know if it got a. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know. But Dan, what are your thoughts about the documentary awards?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen 4 of these. I'm waiting for my screener of 2,000 meters to Andreevka. I should be getting it any day now. I cannot wait to watch that. Are we looking at another Ukraine doc, especially from the same people that made the one that won 2 years ago? But yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I mean, the next door neighbor or whatever, it just isn't a good documentary. I don't understand what everybody's seeing in this film. I mean, it's just maybe what Malcolm said. I agree with Malcolm. But narration might have helped it. You know, get a celebrity to do the narration on stuff. Look, I live in Florida. I know all about the stand your ground law. This is a bunch of baloney. What is going on? I mean, these people just think they can just do whatever they want, and then they go and threaten this woman, and then what she's protecting herself, and she shoots this woman. I mean, you know, what would you do if people are coming up and threatening you and your name?
Well, that's the thing is that the cops even said she was not shot. Like, there's definitely something fishy going on with her. The fact that they have to keep on. She's like fabricating stuff, and the fact that she keeps on trying to like call about things, it's like the cops say even this seems a bit suspicious. And the fact that she was like completely resisting when they were like trying to just say, "Hey, man, you know, we're gonna take you to your cell now," and all that stuff. Like when she was the way she acted after that, and she had like no remorse when they talked about like there's a person dead, and she just you thought like when you say there's a person dead, a normal human being would actually like still feel sympathy. It doesn't matter if there's like if the person was threatening you or not. So there's definitely some fishy stuff going on with her. Like,
yeah, no, I see where you're coming from, Wolf. If I had my pick though, I would have probably went with either the Alabama Solution or 2,000 meters to Andreevka, or even the Apocalypse in the Tropics, which is very good. And like I said, I've seen 4 of these documentaries, and a lot of these are really good. I think this is the weakest. And I agree with you when you said Incident. Incident was a better version where you got to see all the aspects, all the stuff this is more shady. There's a lot missing here that didn't show all the stuff that was going on. I think there was quite a bit missing, and I don't think it deserved to win this award. And if it means if it's not going to get nominated for the Oscar, I'm all for it, because I don't think it's a very good documentary. But hey, what do I know? I only watch movies. I can only say what I feel based on what I see. And I didn't like it, and I did like some of the other ones. So, and I agree with Malcolm. Where's John Candy? That's a phenomenal documentary. Where's Billy Joel? Where's, you know, I mean.
Yeah, they nominate Pee-wee, but not the Billy Joel one?
Yeah, where's Stiller and Mira? Where's Stiller and Mira? You know, that's a good documentary. You know what I mean?
There's so many better celebrity docs than Pee-wee. Why is that one?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I just looked it up too. Like, overall, the actual statistics of what has been nominated for the Oscars after winning the Critics' Choice, so the only ones that have won out of all the years that have been gone on to be nominated for the Oscar is Summer of Soul. And then the only other one is OJ Made in America. Only 2 that I can see so far, because I haven't found anything on Jane yet. I'm trying to look that up, but only 2 that I can see have been nominated for the Oscar out of 10 years of doing the Critics' Choice Award nominations. Only 2 have actually been nominated for Best Documentary. Apollo 11 wasn't, and several other ones that weren't either. So.
Yeah, I mean, and look, honestly, and it's one of those ones. I don't see The Perfect Neighbor being one of those being added to that statistic of getting into that category anyway. But it's like. It's one of those ones. Aside from the people that are really into the awards, I don't think I've heard anyone else talk about The Perfect Neighbor outside of the awards.
And nothing with nothing on your end, Michael, with only All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. That didn't win Critics' Choice or anything like that, or that didn't get
because that year that All the Beauty and the Bloodshed was nominated was the year that Summer of Soul won.
Okay, there you go then.
So Summer of Soul took that spot from it, and then that actually went on to be nominated. I'm trying to look up the Jane documentary right now, see if that was at all nominated. It was a National Geographic doc.
Jane Goodall.
About Jane Goodall. I'm trying to see if that was, but outside of that, it looks like there's only been 2 winners, and that does include celebrity docs and non-celebrity docs. There's only been 2 winners in total to ever be nominated for the Oscars out of the last 10 years of Critics' Choice Documentary Awards. So,
but moving on, we're going to move on to the Hollywood Music and Media Awards, which the amount of times I keep saying is like sometimes I say Hollywood Media and Music. It's like so. But I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. First up, we got the song from a feature film. And the songs we have nominated here, we've got Dream as One from Avatar Fire and Ash, performed by Miley Cyrus. We've got Drive from F1, performed by Ed Sheeran. We got Lose My Mind from F1, performed by Don Toliver and Doja Cat. Last Time I Seen the Sun from Sinners, which is performed by Miles Canton and Alice Smith. I Lied to You from Sinners, which is performed by Miles Caton. And then we got No Place Like Home from Wicked for Good, performed by Cynthia Erivo. And The Girl in the Bubble from Wicked for Good, performed by Ariana Grande. So we've got a lot of movies with double nominations in this category alone. And we'll get to it when we get to the other song categories too. I don't think we see all of these in the original song category because, and I think this is going to be an interesting episode. I don't think we see a movie with multiple songs in the original song category either, which could be interesting. Because I know a lot of people are predicting both Wicked songs to get in. I don't know if that's the case. I need to hear those songs to kind of know. But those songs won't be released until the soundtrack comes out this week. The Miley Cyrus one I actually have listened to because that actually was just released, and I quite like it. I'd like to see that get nominated, honestly. Because Miley Cyrus has been sort of nominated in the Hollywood Music and Media Awards quite a bit, but she also had that song for the last showgirl last year as well, which she didn't get in for the Oscar, But I like both the songs from F1. I'm still yet to see F1. I'm still yet to see Sinners, but I did listen to the songs from Sinners. So it's definitely one of those ones like I think this is a good crop of songs. And we'll get to it when we get to the animated category. I don't know if they've got a rule where animated songs can't get into the series, because otherwise I would have been surprised that K-pop Demon Hunters didn't get into here, but they are nominated. I
think they got nominated in another category or something.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I said. That's what I said. We'll get to them when we get to them. But I would have thought they would be in here as well. But that is what it is. But Dan, what are your thoughts about the feature film songs?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen 2 of these movies. 2 of the movies I haven't seen. So I haven't been able to listen to the songs. But like Malcolm said, I did get an email from a publicist, and they sent me the Avatar song with Miley Cyrus, and it is pretty good. I am looking forward to the Wicked for Good songs, which I'm going to hear live tomorrow night in my press screening of Wicked for Good, which I'm envious of the people that are going to see it tonight. You pay your $25. Hey, good for you. You get to go see it. The Amazon Prime, whatever it is you did. So I'm not going tonight. But yeah, I mean, I think the two from Wicked are going to get nominated. And I think if not to go off on like the Oscars or anything here, but if it's looking the way it's looking, people are saying Ariana Grande may be the favorite to win Best Supporting Actress. They're going to give Cynthia Erivo something. If she doesn't win Best Actress, which right now Jessie Buckley is the front runner, this might be her place to win an Oscar. And she's been nominated now 3 times. It would be good if she won something. If she's not going to win an acting Oscar, give her the song Oscar, I mean, and I heard Christian Harloff, actually Wolf and I were live on the air Saturday, and we played the audio of Christian Harloff's out of theater reaction, and he said that song that she sang was incredible, Cynthia Erivo, and he was very high on Ariana Grande as well. So I'm predicting both Wicked songs getting in. I think I'm with you, Malcolm, though. I think maybe one Sinners song. And I don't see the F1 songs getting in. But I did listen to them on ISI, so that's 4 of the 5 spots right there. And we cannot discount Diane Warren. Diane Warren's got a song in her documentary.
So, I mean, but that's already a slot taken up.
So that's 5 then. That would be 5. You go Sinners, Avatar, 2 Wicked, and Diane Warren. That's 5. There you
go. We'll get to that because there is another song we'll like, and it's the K-pop Demon Hunters one, which I'm pretty sure is getting like potentially getting into. So that could.
So song is a very competitive category, is what you're saying, Malcolm.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. And because I said this in a chat like we're part of, this could potentially be the year. This could be the year Diamond doesn't get in because of how strong some of these other songs are.
Wow! Oh, Malcolm's going on the record saying this on the record. Look at this.
And as I said, it's do I have the balls to predict her to not get in? No.
But at this point, until we see further evidence, we always predict Diane Warren at this far out. It's just like that's like the safe bet.
But it's just one of those ones, like, because that's why I think we don't get like a movie of multiple things. Like, because I'd love to see both Wicked songs get in. There's a few other songs in other categories that I think could knock one out. So it's really one of those ones where it's really tough, but especially for a movie to get multiple songs with how strong some of these other songs are. So, but anyway, what are your thoughts about the feature film songs?
So the feature film songs. First off, I want to say, "Lose My Mind" is a good song, but like really, Drive over Just Keep Watching from Tate McRae. Just Keep Watching to me, and that was the F1 song that was like it. It may not be like it's a weird song. It's not that good of a song, but it's such a bop that it just like stays in your head. And if there's a song that's like a bop that stays in your head, I always consider that like a really a song that worked. This is a much better year for Best Original Song than last year. Holy shit. It is like apples and oranges. Like, this is crazy, the comparison. And, I think that there could be room for 2 Wicked songs. However, because we're already basically predicting Ariana Grande is going to take home the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, some things could change. I don't know. But as of now, she seems like she's taking home the Oscar this year. I could see them decide, what if we like nominate Cynthia Erivo for song? Maybe she wins this category, and then it's Ariana Grande who wins another Oscar. So I actually don't have both Wicked songs in because I only have the Cynthia Erivo one. But this is the reason why. So I automatically have the Diane Warren slot. Right now that's like too safe just to, not predict her. There is one person who is a 2-time Oscar winner, not just nominee, winner. And if you are a 2-time winner, then they absolutely fucking love you. And that is Billie Eilish. She just, at this point, I feel like she is almost about to reach that like Diane Warren status now. Of like soon, because like if she just won for No Time to Die and she just won for Barbie, I'm like, okay, she is beloved by the Academy. So I have Dream as one, which I think is her song. From that's I think the name of the song. I have that from Avatar. I just see that getting in there, and then the other ones, like I think I Lied to You, that made such an impact on people. There is a good chance that misses out. I think Sinners, out of all of them, is the one that could just be bumped out in this category. And you could see like just both Wicked songs, Dream is one, Relentless, and then Golden. There's no way Golden's not nominated. Literally a bunch of like kids were at the theater and they weren't even going to go see K-pop Demon Hunters. And they were like singing Golden recently. And I was like, that song is everywhere. Okay. It's like, it is the hit sensation of the year. There's a good chance it even wins this category. We don't know yet, but because of how big it is, but we'll have to see, but it's definitely going to be an interesting category this year. Much more exciting to predict this category this year, but those are the 5 I'm kind of leaning towards. So yeah, again, I think it's stupid the Oscars can't just make 6 categories now like the Critics' Choice do. Because like if they would have done 6 categories, you could get both Wicked songs in there and the Sinner song in there and all the other ones.
6 nominees, you mean?
6 nominees, I mean. Yeah, 6 nominees in there. But yeah, that's just.
I mean, but it's one of those ones like, and I'll talk to that when we get to the animated one about Golden. But moving on, we've got the song from Independent Movie, which I don't think we would see any of these in there anyway. But we've got Highest to Lowest from Highest to Lowest, Learn to Let Go from Everything to Me, My San Francisco from Plain Clothes, The Time Is All We Have from Momo, We Believe in Hope from Wall Breakers, which I've not heard of any 4 of those movies. And I've heard of Highest to Lowest. I have listened to all those songs, though. I do think they're good songs, but I don't think they're strong enough to break into the original song category. But Wolf, what are your thoughts about the songs from independent film?
Yeah, so I've only seen 2 of these. I've seen Highest to Lowest. It's a good song. I enjoy it. It's not like amazing or groundbreaking or anything, but and I watched Plain Clothes because I was at Sundance and they had Sundance virtual screenings and such. So I was able to see Plain Clothes and yeah, My San Francisco is a good song. It's definitely a good song. I just don't see any of these scratching it. I've not seen any of the other films in this category, so I can't really speak on any of those other songs. But yeah, I don't see any of these touching Best Original Song.
And Dan, what are your thoughts about the nominations for Best Song from Independent Film?
Who's the singer? Who's the nominee as the song as the? But who's the singer for Highest? So is it ASAP Rocky?
It's Ayanna Lee.
Ayanna Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, the girl at the end. Oh,
yeah.
The girl at the end of the movie. Oh yeah, that was amazing. That's gonna win. That's gonna win this category because I loved her at the end of that singing that song. That was such an amazing song. But I think you're right. I think none of these are gonna get. But I saw Plain Clothes as well. I think I've seen one of the other movies you mentioned as well. I think I've seen 3 of the nominees, but yeah. Oh my God, that girl at the end singing that song in Highest to Lowest, that was amazing. Loved it. Yeah, I love that movie. That's an underrated one of my favorite movies of the year. So yeah, that's got this category.
Yeah, moving on to song from documentary film, we've got DME from Diane Warren Relentless, which is performed by Kesha and Diane Warren, obviously, but this is what it is. Dying to Live from Billy Idol Should Be Dead, performed by Billy Idol, surprisingly enough. Have you seen My Light from October 8, which is performed by Autumn Rowe? We've got Milagros from Carol G. Tomorrow is Beautiful, performed by Carol G. Surprisingly, how these people perform the songs on their own documentaries. Salt, then Sour, then Sweet from Come See Me in the Good Light, performed by Sarah Bareilles and Brandy Carlisle. And look, we've said it before, like Diane Warren, is the one we think is most likely getting into original song. As I said, this could be the one year she misses because of how strong some of these other songs are. But I'm not at this point. I'm not ready to predict it unless there's things happen which show that documentary disappears and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, I think I do think that "Dear Me" is a good song, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to win this category. Because I have listened to a couple of these other songs that's in this category. They are good, but yeah. But Dan, what are your thoughts about the song for documentaries?
Yeah, it's obviously Diane Warren, but the last one, I believe Wolf has seen the movie. I haven't seen that movie yet, so maybe he knows that song better than I would know that song because he has seen. I have access to that documentary. I haven't watched it yet. I meant to watch it, but yeah, I mean, this seems like Diane Warren's to lose in this and Kesha, I guess, in this category.
But yeah, Wolf, what are your thoughts about the song from documentary?
First off, I want to say I did go to Middleburg this year, but I was so upset that I was not able to see Dying to Live because apparently at Middleburg, Billy Idol was actually there at the screening, and people were getting to meet Billy Idol and even though the Q&A and all that stuff. It was like, oh man, I would have loved that. But with that said, the rest of these, I'm not even going to spend time on October 8th. Not to get political, but the fact they nominated that documentary is just really stupid. Also, yeah, Come See Me in the Good Light. Here, I feel like this should win because Sarah Bareilles just did a beautiful song that just and you think that okay, the movie's over. I can now stop crying, and then this song plays, and nope, the waterworks continue again, and you're just like, oh shit, and it gets you right in the feels. It's a very beautiful, emotional song, so I really think that Come See Me in the Good Light should win this, but yeah, Diane Warren is gonna take home this category. I had a chance to see Relentless. I actually did have a screener for it, but then I had no interest in seeing it. I had the screener right there. I was just like, should I? And I was like, for whatever reason, I just forgot. And it was just like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. It left. But so I didn't get a chance to see it or listen to the song. But I will say this. Diane Warren, it doesn't, people are like, oh, well, has anyone seen Relentless? That doesn't matter with Diane Warren because I've noticed nobody, not a single soul, maybe Dan did, but not a single soul watched Tell It Like a Woman or whatever. And or whatever, and she was nominated for a song called Applause from Tell It Like a Woman or something, and it's not a single soul even watched that movie, and yet it was nominated for Best Original Song. So it's Diane Warren just gets in regardless.
I mean,
I actually was, and not to interrupt you, Malcolm, I actually was. Malcolm, we'll go back to this, Malcolm. I know this is a sore subject because they were making fun of me. Lewis and Malcolm were making fun of me all year because of this, because I was on board with 80 for Brady that year. And I was like, oh, it's going to be 80 for Brady. It's going to be Dolly Parton. It's going to be all these big time 80s singers are going to get up there. They're going to sing the song. They're going to win this song from Diane Warren. And nothing. Crickets for 80 for Brady. And then this gets in there for freaking the fire, whatever it was.
The Flaming Hot.
Flaming Hot gets in there. It's like, come on. What a bunch of baloney that was. But yeah, I mean, she just, I don't know what it is, Wolf. You just can't count her out anymore. If you count her out, you're just asking to be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, and it's one of those ones like sometimes it doesn't like, but for the original song, it doesn't matter if you've seen the movie or not. Like if you're voting based on the songs, like, and as I said, like, and sometimes it helps if you've got a big name attached to that song because
Her is a big name. Her, right? It was her, right?
I thought Lady Gaga was Tell It Like a Woman.
No,
Okay.
I thought it was Diane Warren. That was from Tell It Like a Woman. It was like the song was called Applause. But,
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought it was Diane Warren. But regardless, I said not a single soul watch that movie. Watch. Someone in the comments after this is actually gonna comment. I watched Tell It Like a Woman, and I'm gonna say you're like the only person. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, I forget who. I remember it was her because I remember her having to sing the song. So or I could be completely wrong and it wasn't her, but I thought I remember her singing the song. But
yeah, that's what I thought I remembered. Unless
the
movie was called Applause and then the song was called Tell It Like a Woman. That's
no. You're right about the song being called Applause. And yeah, no, I was wrong. It was Diane Warren by herself.
Yeah.
But Lady Gaga was nominated that year for Top Gun Maverick, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
You should have won for Top Gun Maverick.
Oh yeah,
that's a whole nother story. I'm not going to get into it.
Hey. Their Triple R song was good.
Yeah, that Not To.
Oh, that was Not To year? Okay.
Yeah, that was another year.
That's my bad. I thought it was the year where it was Billie Eilish and Lady Gaga went up against each other, and they gave Billie Eilish the second one instead of giving it to Lady Gaga for the first time. Which is it
was Sophia Carson that sang the song Applause at the Oscars that year.
Sophia Carson. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
But moving on for that side tangent.
Yeah, that was weird.
We've got moving on to song from from animated movies, which we've got Best Time Ever from Snoopy Presents a Summer Musical, which is just performed by Cast. Okay. We've got Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, performed by Hunter X, or the actual singers EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Rayami. We've got Goof Life from The Bad Guys 2, performed by Rag and Bone Man and was the MC. Kaleidoscope from Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, performed by T. Hiller, Alfonso, and Cast.
Yeah, I skipped the screening of that. I never skip screenings.
How's that eligible? I never saw the movie, but I watched all the trailers of Gabby's Dollhouse, and there's a live action Kristen Wiig and a live action whatever girl that is. The entire movie. How is that eligible?
I don't know. Like maybe they count hybrids in animated. I don't know. I don't understand it. Look, it's a whole. But we've got Open the Door from the Trits, performed by David Byrne and Hayley Williams, who I believe is from Paramore, if that's the same.
That movie's awful. The song's not good.
I actually quite like this.
All right.
We've got Zoo from Zootopia 2, which weirdly enough is written by Ed Sheeran, so he's nominated twice for two different movies in at this.
Ed Sheeran and Sakura, and so
Well, I mean, it was I mean, he only wrote it. It was performed by Shakira, which
I was gonna say, Shakira is the one that's the name. That's keep an eye out.
Actually, here it says it's written by Ed Sheeran and Blake Slatkin and Shakira. So it's written by 3 people apparently. So
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know who Blake Slatkin is. It was performed by Shakira. Is where I was going with that.
Yeah, and I was gonna say keep an eye out for Shakira because you just can't count out Shakira when it comes to this because was she not nominated for Zootopia 1 for that character? Gazelle sang a song in Zootopia 1.
Yeah. I mean, but we go back to this debate on like very competitive original song category. So it's going to be I mean, look. If it's not Golden that wins this, what are we doing? As Will said, the song it was everywhere. Even if you've never heard of a K-pop Demon Hunter before, you know this song.
Well, I'm not to interrupt you, Malcolm, but I've never seen the movie and I haven't heard the song. So you found the one person that haven't seen this movie and haven't seen the song. I had one of my writers write the review, watch this screener, and write the review of this on my site. That's why I have a review on this on my site. I have not seen the movie or listened to the song. So you found that person, Malcolm.
Okay. My point was disproven. I do think you might like the movie though, Dan.
I'm waiting till I watch all the other animated contenders before I watch it.
But to go to Wolf's point that he said earlier about Golden being everywhere, it's one of those ones like I'm fairly confident that Golden's getting in because like I don't see a reason why it doesn't, especially with K-pop being like the favorite for animated feature as it is.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean.
I don't know. K-pop Demon Hunters might win animated feature. I think.
I agree. I don't agree.
But how
about the movie that's made over $2 billion worldwide, almost $3 billion worldwide? Are we forgetting?
Nobody saw it in America though. It's not worldwide.
They did in August.
It was
saw it in IMAX in August.
It bombed in the U.S. Like when it came to the U.S. and A24 released it, it actually bombed. Like they said, it was one of the worst bombs for an anime show in history.
Something $1 billion.
Tangent. Look, we'll probably get to this when the Annies get announced because I'll probably do an episode where we can talk more about the animated feature category at the end. But I do think both Naza 2 and K-pop are getting nominated at least. I think out of the two, the most popular movie is K-pop Demon Hunters, though. Like, well, yes, Naza 2 made the most money. It's not. No one really talks about it. So it's one of those. But back onto this. To go back to Wolf's point that he said earlier about Golden being everywhere. That does actually worry me a little bit because let's not forget, a few years ago, Peaches was everywhere and it didn't get nominated. So,
and we need to talk about Bruno.
Well, I mean,
we forget that.
Yeah, but Encanto still got a song in there. So yeah. But I do like it's one of those ones. I do think K-pop like Golden is still strong enough to break into the 5. But I don't think it's getting nominated. I don't think the movie was like that good. I don't think it was completely awful either. Because I am a big fan of the Trits book, but I think the movie really took away the essence of what made the Trits a fascinating book, and completely changed it to make this weird movie, which I don't think necessarily worked. But I do like the song "Open the Door." But yeah, but Dan, what are your thoughts about the songs for animated film?
Yeah, I mean, look, I haven't been hiding under a rock or something. I know K-pop Demon Hunters is popular. I know this song is popular. It's probably going to get nominated for Best Animated Feature, and it's got a legitimate shot of winning, and it's probably got a legitimate shot of winning the song. I think they're going to be on SNL, or they're on something coming up soon, some like big show or something. The singer.
Oh yeah, and you know they're going to open the Oscars too. I just assume that they're going to open the Oscars.
But it doesn't necessarily mean just because something is the most popular that it's going to win, because there has been I'm Still Ken was the most popular song in Barbie. But does that win? No, it doesn't win. We need to talk about Bruno, the most popular song from Encanto. Does that win? No. You know what I mean? So just because this is the most popular song and it's from an animated feature that's very popular doesn't necessarily mean it's going to win. And I feel like if you put that whole Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo thing into play, the Oscars are a popularity contest, and I think there's enough people with enough brains. They're not going to want to see Ariana Grande go home with an Oscar before Cynthia Erivo. That's just me and my personal opinion on the subject. So I'll lay it to bed, Malcolm. I'll lay it to bed. That's just my 2 cents.
But Wolf, what are your thoughts about the songs from the animated movies?
All right, so I see where you're coming at, Dan, and in some ways, I mean, let's face it. Here though, at the Music and Media Awards, it's winning. Like if
lock.
If Golden doesn't win, then it's just like then there is something wrong. Like this
it's a lock to win. It's a lock to win. There's no doubt about it. You're right.
In terms of the Music and Media Awards, but then but you know, the thing is with Wicked, if both songs get in, there could be a scenario of them canceling each other out.
That's not good. That's not good.
And you know, there could be something of like, well, do we go with Ariana? Do we go with Cynthia? And they don't decide. They can't decide. So then K-pop ends up taking it. And K-pop has a legit shot. I got to see it in theaters for the first time. That was my first time seeing it for the sing-along edition. And let me tell you, that movie, my theater theaters aren't even allowed to let you like dress up anymore or wear makeup or whatever. They did not care. There was like little kids who were wearing the makeup and such from K-pop Demon Hunters, and they just let them in because there are kids wearing K-pop Demon Hunters makeup. And then this Halloween season, half the kids I saw on Halloween, I was like, and I don't really get much trick-or-treaters, but almost all my trick-or-treaters, I was like, oh, and who are you supposed to be? And they're like, I'm this person from K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm this person from K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm this person from K-pop Demon Hunters. The difference between Peaches and we don't talk about Bruno. No one was dressing up as Bruno for Halloween. Maybe someone was, I don't know. But nobody was dressing up as Bruno for Halloween. And then there's probably some people dressing up as Bowser. But it was not nearly on the level of like people dressing up in like K-pop Demon Hunter stuff because of just how popular this movie is.
No Elphaba and Galinda? No Elphabas and Galindas?
There's probably going to be there's probably a few Elphabas and Galindas as well. Like that you get all this, but in terms of what I saw Demon Hunter stuff, and because this is like the brand new hit, like Wicked already, came out. It was very popular. And I'm not saying Wicked will lose this category. It could very well win. I'm just saying, and I know we're talking about anime later, but I'm just saying K-pop Demon Hunters, the Oscars are actually growing a lot more international, as we know. And
Robot got robbed last year.
And K-pop
got robbed last year.
Yeah, and K-pop Demon Hunters does have actually that international backing behind it because it's Korean and it's about a Korean K-pop group and them coming together and it's about Korean culture and all this stuff. So there is a international backing behind it that could help in the song category, could help in the anime category. And I also looked at the viewership numbers, and the viewership numbers are higher than Peaches and We Don't Talk About Bruno in terms of Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. Like the song is everywhere. So I think there is a good shot that it's between Wicked and this for sure. But yeah, that's just kind of like my 2 cents.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say on this is in the animated film category, I think the only song which could maybe be a spoiler for Golden in this category is probably Zoo from Zootopia 2. Like, I think that's the only one that has any shot at potentially beating Golden. But
even that's like very slim though. It's like
it's Shakira, right? So you can't count her out.
But moving on, I'll skip past the on-screen performance song. The on-screen performance is basically a lot of it's the same. We got score for animated film. We got Arnold Toulon from Arco, Daniel Pemberton from The Bad Guys 2, Nick Urata from Stitch Head, Stephanie Economo from Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. They really loved Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie at the Hollywood Music and Media Awards. And then Tom Howe for Dogman. I don't remember. I honestly, like, some of these I haven't seen. I haven't seen any of these movies. Well, I've seen Dogman. Score's fine. But I don't know too much about the scores for the other ones. But Dan, what are your thoughts about the score for animated film?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of these movies. I just don't remember the score. I actually do think the score in The Bad Guys 2 was good. I did remember walking away from that movie and writing something in my review about the score. I like the score. Bad Guys 2. It's not a whole lot. I mean, if I had to pick one, I guess I would go with that one. I mean, I don't know what else to go with.
And Wolf, what are your thoughts about the score for animated film?
So score for animated film. Yeah, I can't. Again, Gabby's Dollhouse is in here. You know what? Kudos to the Music and Media Awards. They're making me want to watch Gabby's Dollhouse now, just only for the sense of seeing how this is eligible. That's the only reason I want to see it now. It's just
I think it's going to be on Paramount. I think it might be on Paramount or Peacock.
Yeah, it's one of those. But I want to see it now just to see how much of it is like live action versus animated now. Just because I'm confused. But okay.
I think it's Paramount Plus. It'll be on Paramount Plus probably.
I think it's actually Peacock. I thought it was Universal. I don't know. To be honest.
Yeah.
But,
maybe you're right. I can't remember. You're right.
But
anyway,
out of here though, I have honestly, I need to see more animated films. I am like behind on some animated stuff. I never even got to see The Bad Guys 2. I like the first one, but like, I guess I'll go see Dogman. I guess I'll say Dogman because it's the only one I've seen in this category. So
yeah, I mean, I think we can agree. I don't think an anime film is going to get into the main score category anyway.
No.
If that's the ones that are in contention.
I do want to point out a snub though. I know a lot of people might not have seen it yet. Maybe that's why I didn't get in here. I saw Little Amelie, or The Character of Rain, is what it's called, and I thought that score was really beautiful. It has a really kind of heartfelt score to it, and I would have put that in there over Gabby's Dollhouse.
But moving on to score for feature film, and I'm glad to see Deadline updated the article, because when they initially put out the press release, they didn't have One Battle After Another in the nominations. They had The Unbreakable Boys in there, but Matt Negler put out a tweet going, that they made a mistake. Johnny Greenwood is actually nominated in this category. But anyway, the nominations for score for feature film, we've got Alexandra Desplat from Frankenstein. I'm not going over all these score categories, by the way, but Alexandra Desplat also got nominated for his Jurassic World Rebirth score as well in the sci-fi fantasy category. But I don't agree.
What's the movie in this category? What's the movie in this category?
Frankenstein is the score in feature film.
Frankenstein. Okay, all right. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, no, I only put in that fact because sci-fi fantasy film is also on the screen that I'm looking at because I'm seeing two different categories at the same time. But Daniel Lopatin for Marty Supreme, Hans Zimmer for F1, Jerskin Fendrix for Begonia, John Powell and Stephen Schwartz for Wicked for Good, Johnny Greenwood for One Battle After Another, Ludwig Göransson for Sinners, Max Richter for Hamnet, and Volker Bertelmann for House of Dynamite. So I'm feeling confident that at least 5 of these is what we're going to see in the score category, because I can't think of anything which could come out of left field to break into the 5. But out of the movies I've seen in here, I think a lot of these scores are very strong as it is. But Dan, what are your thoughts about the score for feature film?
Yeah, this is a great category, and I'll tell you right now, I was glad to see Volker Bertelmann for House of Dynamite because I absolutely love that score. And I was talking to Wolf about this on Saturday, how much I love that score. That's so funny that that's in there. But yeah, One Battle After Another. A couple of the movies, obviously, we haven't seen yet. Wicked, we haven't seen yet. You know what I mean? But yeah, Frankenstein. What a good score that is from Desplat for Frankenstein. One Battle After Another score. Johnny Greenwood getting in there. This is a really stacked category, but I mean, I'd be surprised, but either Desplat or Volker Bertelmann would be my favorite, though, if it wasn't for Johnny Greenwood. But this is a great cast, and like I said, I haven't heard the score from Wicked yet. Another movie that hasn't come out yet. You said I believe that I haven't heard the score for yet, Malcolm. I forgot what. Oh, Marty Supreme. Yeah, I haven't heard the score for Marty Supreme yet. So there you
go. Wolf, what are your thoughts about this category of scores?
Well, first off, I want to give a couple more statistics, and this statistics is for Alexander Desplat. He has been nominated a total of 14 times with 2 wins under his belt for The Grand Budapest Hotel and The Shape of Water. The fact that he's been nominated 14 times and then won twice, like, if there's anybody out there watching this and you don't have Alexander Desplat in your 5, put him in your 5, because that is dangerous territory to not have him in there after that. But yeah, it's just really an amazing score. So I definitely have him getting in there. And as for the rest of these, I really loved. I've seen all of these except for Wicked. That's the only one I haven't seen here, so I don't know what that score is like. But out of all these, probably honestly, One Battle After Another or Begonia might be my favorite, because Begonia has a great score to it. Like it really feels operatic. While Dan's gone, I'll just say, oh shoot, he's back. Never mind. So he'll hear me say it. But I was gonna say while Dan was gone, I was gonna say I never actually got to mention this on our stream last night. I don't really like the House of Dynamite score, and the reason why is because it's like, oh my god, there's something moving on the computer screen, and it's like something super casual to that. It's just playing dun 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 dun.
Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
And they're like watching the little dot move on the screen or something. And I'm like, why are y'all like over? It's like overbearing for some of these scenes. Like he needed to tone it down and make it like a calmer score. It was very loud and just like giving you every intense moment when they're just sitting there talking. And it's just like, okay, this just feels a little out of place. So I wasn't really a fan of that score personally, but all the rest of these scores are excellent. Max Richter does qualify for Hamnet. He does use, On the Nature of Daylight in that film at one point, but like all the rest of the score is original. So it is a really great score. And yeah, this category is great. I would give it to Begonia, but I think.
No, I agree. I actually think Begonia, I forgot to mention Begonia Wolf. I did Begonia was very good score. That was a very good score.
Yeah.
But I think you're smoking something if you don't think the Dynamite score is good. I'm just messing with you. Wolf.
But yeah, for Ludwig Göransson to potentially get another nomination within the span of 10 years, would be crazy.
I do think he'll finally lose again this time, because for the last 2 times, every time he's nominated, he seems to win. But I just think it's too much competition this year. So,
well, I mean, technically he's lost because he was nominated for the original song for the Black Panther sequel. So he has lost, but he hasn't lost in the score category. That makes sense. But they're moving down. A lot of these are just these scores. I just want to talk about this one because it's a category and it's got a really ridiculous addition somehow. But they've got a category for music-themed film or musical. And nominated in this category is we've got Song Sung Blue, Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, The Ballad of Wallace Island, Record for Good, and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires.
Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. What the heck is that?
It's a Disney Plus original.
It's a Disney Plus, but technically it's a Disney Channel movie, but but given from what I know about Sinners, the fact that didn't get in Zombies 4 got in,
oh yeah, that's true.
and the Ann Lee movie, I think Wolf was talking about, not getting into here, but whether or not that was they got to see it in time, but it's just crazy the fact that Zombies 4 got in over some of those, but they've got a category for music documentary, which Dry Ron got nominated in again, but and then it's just TV show stuff, and yeah, but that is the Hollywood Music and Media Awards, and that is going to be Gone with the Wind for today. Just over an hour. I think next time might be around the time of the Globes nominations. I can't remember if there's anything before that.
I'd have to. When are the Globe noms?
Is December 1st something that you're looking at, Malcolm, or no?
First.
So I'm just trying to find the awards calendar that I usually look at.
The Golden Globes are December 8th. And then if you do decide you want to talk about the Indie Spirits, those are on December 3rd. So
yeah,
I don't know if those will be missed, but yeah, the Indie Spirits are December 3rd. And Critics' Choice is December 4th. So that's
actually, there was one more thing I was going to mention, but that I actually totally remember was announced recently, is that the SAG Awards are changing the name to the Actors Awards, which I don't know how to feel about that. Well, yes, it is the name of their award, but Dan, what are your thoughts about the SAG changing the name to the Actors Awards?
Oh my God! I mean, the SAG Awards is the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
Actors. I don't know. It sounds a little wonky to me. The actor.
Plus, it makes for comedians to make funny jokes with SAG in the name. They could I remember Martin Short had a whole joke about the name SAG in there, and and how old he is and all that stuff. You could make jokes about that, but I guess Sean Astin, because he's president now, I guess he wanted to change it and make
what
some.
the hell, Sean Astin? Stick to freaking doing little third-level indie movies that nobody watches. Come on, Sean Astin. I mean,
what's next? Are they going to change the WGA to the Writers Award or the DGA to the Directors Award?
The directors, the writers, the actors. Give me a break. Get the
The
hell out of
producers
here.
awards for PGA. It's
The
like
producers. That's dumb.
Yeah. But yeah. I might be looking around December 15th. Not so much for the indies, but that's when the Critics' Choice Awards gets nominated, gets announced. And because I'll probably talk about the winners of the music and media, because the winners are going to be announced at some stage, and there's a few other things that are coming out around that time. But with that is the end of Gone with the Wind for this week. Dan, where can people find you online?
Well, you can find me under my name, Dan Skip Allen, on Facebook, Twitter, or X, Threads, Blue Sky, Letterboxd, all the social medias. Also, I am the head film critic, and I'm the owner, editor-in-chief, and head film critic of FromTheFourthRow.com, where I have all kinds of content. You'll be getting my Wicked for Good review probably very, very soon, within the next 24 hours, so stay tuned for that. Also, I was part of creating a game show over on the Chasing Labels channel called Movie Mutations. The episode 1 has finally aired after 2+ years of working on this game, and so I'm proud to be a producer on that. Also, I'm over on Rankum sometimes with Malcolm. I'm over on the Movie Hero Network sometimes with Jordan and that crew over there. And I'm over on Wolf's channel now that award season has started. We're going to be doing more of award stuff over on Wolf's channel. So if you're not watching me over here on Gone with the Wind with Malcolm, I'll be over with Wolf on his awards watch, or whatever he calls it.
Well, he'll be able to plug himself right now. Wolf, we can before you're online.
Yeah, you can find me on Here's the Thing, my YouTube channel, where I also do awards conversations. Tomorrow, I am a member of the IDA, which is the International Documentary Association. So I get like all these documentary screeners for like their award ceremony, and the IDA awards are announcing their nominations. And IDA, while they're very small, they are something to pay attention to, because all the last winners of the IDA awards have all gone on. Unlike the Critics' Choice, all the last winners of the IDA have gone on to be nominated at the Oscars for Best Documentary. So they're definitely one to be on the lookout for. So I'll probably be talking about those, with maybe if Dan wants to cover documentary with me, we can talk about something like that on a following week. But I know also I want to come on and discuss with Malcolm this week also on my channel, talking about the Music and Media Awards and everything, and kind of predicting song and score and all that fun stuff. So yeah, we have a lot of awards coverage stuff coming up. We have reviews coming up for, of course, Wicked for Good's coming out. So I love you, Malcolm, because I could have potentially, by the time I got off my first day at my new job, I could have potentially made it to see Wicked for Good. And I was like, you know what? I gotta be there for Malcolm. So let me know.
Same thing. I had Amazon Prime. I could have bought my $25 Amazon Prime ticket for tonight.
Yeah.
Hell with hell. I ain't giving them my money. I'm over here with Malcolm and Wolf for Gone with the Wind. This is more important than that.
Exactly. You guys are more important than that.
I mean, we don't even get those Amazon Prime special screenings in New Zealand. But I am also going to see Wicked for Good tomorrow because I bought my tickets early.
All right. Good job, Malcolm. Good job.
Now, depending on when I work, I might still be able to see the early access screening on Wednesday that Regal is doing. And what would be cool about going to that screening is they're actually handing out 3D glasses that are going to be either Alphaba glasses or the other the Glinda glasses. So you can get like pink ones, or you can get the green ones and stuff to match whichever one you want. So that would be so that's going to be kind of cool. And yeah, so we'll be doing those reviews. And then of course I got a few other award movies I got to film reviews for. I still got to review Hamnet. I still got to review It Was Just an Accident, No Other Choice, all these other movies on there that I will be getting to here soon. And And yeah, and a lot of Stranger Things talk is on the channel this year. If y'all are Stranger Things fans, we are covering season 4 very soon because we're going season by season, covering each season leading up to season 5, and then we're gonna go do season 5 as it comes out. So then we're gonna cover those, and we're also gonna do like a theories and predictions video, and kind of give our thoughts on that. So a lot of fun stuff if you're both a movie and TV fan this month.
I really need to catch up on Strange Things. I'm still I dropped off about somewhere around season 2. I can't exactly remember what the last episode was.
Skip season 3. Go to season 4.
I never skip seasons.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But for that, you can find me on Tape Productions as a host. Rank 'em every week. Next week is going to be Edgar Wright movies. We're going to be ranking his filmography, which depending on if the panel sees Dragon Man time, that film may not be included, but we've also not included the random student film, which I don't think you can find anywhere, the Fistful of Fingers, whatever it is. But you can also find me on my personal channel, Malcolm's Middle-earth Media, as I host from the past every week. It'll be on Thursday at 7 this week, but I'll have JPO on to talk about TNA Hard Justice from 2008. And I pop up here and there from time to time. You can find me in approximately 45 minutes over on the Movie Hero Network doing the ladder series for 1989 movies. But that's the end of Golden for this week. We'll see you next time.